In a world where the 1313 podcast makes spooky, cringe content, but it's also October, welcome to the 1313 podcast during Halloween. And now we have some awesome reveals from HasCon 2022, and I gotta say that boy howdy, there are a lot of them, and they're super cool, so let's take a look, shall we?
We're gonna start it off. Yesterday was HasCon, the HasCon definitive day that went over all the Indiana Jones and Star Wars products. And starting with some Star Wars products, we have Cassian Andor. Now this is part of the HasCon exclusive 2-pack that comes with B2 emote, but they're also doing a single carded release. Right after Cassian, we have Bix Colleen. Now this is Cassian's girlfriend-ish, maybe. We don't know if you've seen the show, but her figure looks pretty okay. Might or might not pick it up for myself. We'll have to see later down the road.
Up next, we got a reveal for a Luthen Rail figure, and I gotta say, this one looks really good. There are certain times where Hasbro really knocks it out of the park with these photoreal scans, and his looks phenomenal. Can't wait to get this one in hand.
Next up, we have Ginger representation. Woo! We got Mommy Mothma. Oh, Lord, oh, golly. Oh, she's going in the jar. She's going in the jar. Look at her. Look at her. Look how sexy and frail she is. Oh, sexy, sweet, yummy. For the anniversary of Return of the Jedi, Hasbro is releasing select figures on a vintage card back in the 6-inch scale. Now, the first one that we have for you today in that format is going to be the Scout Trooper. And might I say, Hasbro gotta stop making these. I might pick this one up because it's looking real nice.
The next one that we have here is a Skiff-Guard Lando. Now, it's kind of confusing why they would release this so soon after they released the archive version, but if you missed out on the archive version, I guess you could get this one as well.
Now we got Andor Han Solo getting on this awesome Return of the Jedi card back. Now, personally, this is my favorite appearance of Han Solo. I absolutely adored that camouflage coat. I think it's so cool. It was one of my favorite appearances of him growing up, and I'm definitely going to be picking up this figure because I don't have him in the Galaxy packaging. So, W Hasbro. The Return of the Jedi figure that I am most excited for has got to be Wicket. Wicket is an essential Ewok that we have not had at all. I'm a little bit upset that he is going to be the regular price point, even though they threw in a bow and arrow and another little stick, but I guess I'll maybe try to see if this goes on clearance later down the line, but I will be getting Wicket eventually. He will be mine.
And finally, for this first wave of the Return of the Jedi retro card backs, we have Andor Leia. Now, this is a good opportunity if you missed the Galaxy packaging version that came out a couple years ago. This is a good opportunity to get this figure because it's actually one of the better Princess Leia figures in the line. And as Patrick put it, she's wearing her battle poncho.
Now, we have pipeline reveals from Hasbro. Starting with some of the Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary, we have Luke Skywalker in his appearance from Return of the Jedi. Now, if you collected the Black Series way back when, and you remember the blue box line, they did a Return of the Jedi version of Darth Vader where his helmet came off. Now, we are excited to announce that Hasbro has announced that they're going to be bringing that back in this card back as a pipeline for the moment, but we're really interested to see how this look of Darth Vader is going to be when his helmet comes off.
And now another pipeline, we have this R2-D2 figure. This is really exciting because Hasbro has not really released R2 too many times in the line to begin with, and now he's getting a complete retool. So, with this overhaul, I'm hoping that we get some of those gadgets and gizmos of plenty that we saw R2 with in the prequels.
Finally, for the Return of the Jedi pipeline, we have the Royal Guard. We are really excited to get some Book of Boba Fett pipelines as well. The first one that we have for you today is going to be the Pike Leader.
Another Book of Boba Fett pipeline, we have the Cad Bane. This one had me stoked when they announced it. We've known about this for a while if you follow Yakface and his rumor reports, but it's really exciting to see Hasbro actually make the final announcement.
Finally, we have the Tusken Chieftain! Now, this is the guy that dies in the Book of Boba, but this is going to be a really cool design. It's going to be a lot of reuse for the body and some of the head sculpt, but there's going to be a lot of added on features to this figure, which I think is going to make it look really cool and a really nice addition to your little diorama. Hasbro also announced 2 Black Series roleplay items. Now, the first one that we have for you today is going to be Luke's green lightsaber. This is pretty interesting, I would say. We already have the Disney version, but we're definitely interested to see how Hasbro is going to go about this one, because in the Darksaber that they did before, they used a rechargeable battery, and for a lot of the sabers, they're just getting progressively better and better. The swing is better, the animations are, so definitely going to hold off to see how this one is.
And just when I thought life couldn't get any better, Hasbro
did something great.
Hasbro went ahead and pipelined something that I don't think any Star Wars fan, especially prequel fans, ever saw coming. They went ahead and pipelined Clone Wars 20th anniversary for all of 2023, and this will not just be confined to the 2003 Clone Wars micro series, it will also include Dave Filoni's 2008 Clone Wars series. I cannot tell you how excited I am. In fact, this was mine and Jacob's live reaction to seeing this reveal.
Coming right off what Tommy just said, we got probably one of the greatest reveals of all time. We have finally, the Phase 2 helmet. Yes, Phase 2 Clone Trooper helmet. Finally, it's going to be available to the masses. This is going to be an absolutely ludicrous addition to your collection. It's going to be a must-have for all you Clone Wars fans out there, all you prequel fans. It's going to be great. I'm so excited for this, and I cannot wait for that reveal to actually come out.
Now, the last Black Series reveal that we have for you today is the addition of the Selfie Series. Now, this is pretty cool. If you want to hop on it right now, it's going to run you about $60 per figure. Now, that will increase to $80. That is what sources have said. So, if you want to do this right now and you're just kind of on the fence, I would probably recommend on the good side of getting it right now rather than waiting to see it hike up to the $80 price range.
I actually started doing my own Selfie Series figure not too long ago. I think it actually looks just like me. Now we're going to start going over the TVC reveals that we got at HasCon. Starting off, we're also getting Cassian Andor. It's the exact same appearance that we get in the Black Series, and honestly, they look the exact same. This figure looks awesome, and for a lower price point than the Black Series, I totally think it's worth it.
Next up, we got Vel Sartha here. We just met her in episode 4 of Andor. Excited to see where her storyline goes in the subsequent episodes. And I don't really have much else to say about the figure. I think it looks good for the scale, and I'm excited to see more of these characters in action.
And coming at you with the TVC pipeline, we have some Return of the Jedi figures, like Return of the Jedi Vader. This is going to be a lot like the appearance that we were getting in the Black Series. We are also getting a plethora of Jabba's henchmen and aliens that we see in the sail barge scene of Return of the Jedi. These are probably going to be reuse from the sail barge HasLab that came out not too long ago, probably like a couple years at this point. And if you didn't have any of those figures yet, now you can get them. Also, we're getting Yak Face. Now, this is the only one that I actually might get, just because we get all of our Black Series information from the guy, so I thought, hey, why not get the figure? We're also getting a Book of Boba Tusken Warrior. It's kind of like the Tusken Chieftain that we're getting for the Black Series, only it's like the underling. It's the woman one, and I am very excited for it. I think it looks really cool. I liked her a lot in the show, and it's going to be a great figure. And finally, we are getting Hauser as a single-carded release in the TVC. This is going to be the exact figure that you got in that 4-pack that came out just before Bad Batch came out, but they actually fixed his name on the card. So now that mess print card is going to be more valuable.
Hasbro did also announce that later this year we will be getting, in TVC form, that Endor bunker that you see in the movie. Now, that looks pretty interesting in my opinion, and I guess I'm curious to see how big it's going to be and how in-depth this playset will be.
Now, for Hot Toys news, we have the rest of the Inquisitorius shown to us from the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show. We have 5th brother and 4th sister. I think these figures look fantastic. I'm not going to be picking them up because I am not made of money, but I do think they look cool.
Here we are. We have another Gentle Giant reveal, and I'm conflicted, okay? So we have this Jumbo Thrawn, all right? Now, originally I had said last week that this is a complete L, completely awful. I find myself coming to a conclusion that I want to like it because it's Thrawn, but I'm going to be honest with you. If you buy this, you will catch chlamydia. You will not be able to reproduce. If you buy this, you will become an incel. If you buy this, you will create a 4chan account and become a domestic terrorist. Let me tell you what, don't become a domestic terrorist. Don't buy this figure.
Now this goes out to all of you that don't know deodorant exists. We have new Funko Pops. We have a new retro series wave, kind of like harking back to the comic book wave that came out not too long ago. In this wave, there's Obi-Wan, aka Ben Kenobi, there's Palpatine, there's Chewbacca, and there's also R2-D2. And then there's also a Pop Soda Padme, and it comes with a Chase Padme that's shinier. I do have to say, if you buy the Pop Sodas, you're never gonna feel the touch of a woman.
In terms of pickups, just make sure you go check out at 1313 Tommy's Collection, where I probably won't post the pickups that I got. I'm sorry, I'm trying my best to stay up to date with it. But I did pick up the Black Series Dark Trooper and a couple other cool things, so make sure you go check out that page.
For my pickups this week, I have the Black Series bongo feet from Star Wars Droids. I also have the TVC bongo feet.
I also got the droids Boba Fett.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to another episode of Teeka's Trading Post, 1313's most violently dying series. We hope that all of you who enjoy the series continue to enjoy it. Jacob.
Please, if you enjoyed this episode of Teeka's Trading Post, not only check out our other podcast episodes and reviews that come out pretty much every single day now, make sure that you check out all of the rest of our socials like Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. We are so excited to show you all the new content that we have coming up. Be sure to have a great rest of your day.
Goodbye!